Have you ever wondered how to use Excel effectively? Excel, the world's most popular spreadsheet software, is not just for complex calculations. You can use it to type regular text, just like in Word or any other software. The smallest unit in Excel is a cell, used to store data. Excel comprises rows, represented as numbers, and columns, represented as letters. To reference a specific cell, we type its column letter, followed by the row number. Understanding how to use cells, rows, and columns is the foundation of mastering Excel. Now that we're familiar with cells, let's dive into Excel range and worksheet. An Excel range refers to two or more adjacent cells. This could be in the same row, the same column, or scattered across rows and columns. It's like a mini neighborhood on your Excel street. Each range is identified by two cells, the top left cell and the bottom right cell, and they're separated by a colon. Moving on, let's talk about the Excel worksheet. Think of it as a vast land filled with rows and columns. By default, an Excel worksheet contains over 1 million rows, 1,048,576 to be exact, and 16,384 columns. That's a lot of cells to fill in. Understanding and using Excel range and worksheet effectively can significantly improve your data management skills. It's like knowing your way around a city, making your navigation much smoother and efficient. Let's move on to the Excel workbook and how to perform basic calculations. An Excel workbook, often simply referred to as an Excel file, can contain one or more worksheets. This structure allows you to organize your data in a way that makes sense for your projects. Now on to calculations. Excel is a powerful tool for performing calculations. To initiate a calculation, we start by typing the equals sign in a cell, followed by the formula. Excel provides us with several operators for our calculations: plus for addition, minus for subtraction, a forward slash for division, an asterisk for multiplication, and a caret for exponentiation. Getting comfortable with these operators opens up a world of possibilities for data analysis. Remember, the magic of Excel lies in its ability to perform complex calculations, making our lives easier. Mastering basic calculations in Excel is crucial for data analysis and decision-making. Cell references can make our calculations much quicker and dynamic. Let's learn how to use them. When you start a calculation in a cell, type the equals sign, followed by a reference to another cell. This can be done either by typing the cell's name, or simply clicking on it. This way, you're pulling the data stored in the referenced cell directly into your calculation. Now, if you want to perform the same calculation using different data, you don't need to type the whole formula again. Instead, you can simply reuse the cell reference in adjacent cells. This is done by copying the cell or dragging the cell to adjacent cells. Let's say you have a list of numbers in one column and you want to add a certain number to each of them. Instead of manually typing the formula for each cell, you can just type it once, then drag the cell down to apply the same formula to the entire column. This technique is not limited to simple addition. It works for any calculation, including those involving multiple cells. So whether you're adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing, cell references can be your best friend in Excel. Using cell references can save time and effort, making your work more efficient. Sometimes we need certain references to stay the same when reusing the formula in other cells. Let's explore the solution. Absolute references come to our rescue in such situations. These are cell references that remain constant, even when a formula is copied or moved to a different cell. You can create an absolute reference by hitting the F4 button or manually typing the dollar signs before the column and/or row. However, manual typing isn't recommended as it's prone to errors. Now let's shift our focus to partial references. These are slightly different from absolute references. While absolute references keep both the row and column constant, partial references allow only a part of the cell, either the row or the column, to remain constant. This can be particularly useful when you want to lock the reference to a specific row or column. To activate a partial reference, just hit the F4 button until the dollar sign appears before the column letter or the row number, depending on what you want to keep constant. Understanding when to use partial and absolute references can make a big difference in your Excel proficiency.